official. We're in business, guys.
All right.
Here's where we do it at, baby. Cooperative economics. What's happening, everybody? This is DJ the Money Coach coming to you live January 17th, 2024. And history has already been recorded. That's right. We just opened up a 220-unit luxury residential resort in Zanzibar. We also are completing 4 luxury townhouses in Zanzibar. And we're also going to open up the P.O.M Lifestyle Resort in Zanzibar. It's Africans for Africans, supported by Black Americans unapologetically. So what time is it? The P.O.M Lifestyle Movement can't be stopped. Hit the link. Join us on the Beaches World in Zanzibar. Home is ours. Peace.
All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach. And this show is brought to you by the DJ the Money Coach team and the 7 Spheres of Money Systems. Thank you for joining us. And before we get started, like, share, and subscribe so you can help us spread the message of the P.O.M Lifestyle Movement, which is none other than plenty of money, peace of mind, and we invite you to come join us on the beaches of the world. And tonight's beach is the P.O.M Lifestyle Virtual Summit is coming up in just a few weeks. It's right around the corner. So we're here to tell you more about it, tell you why you need to be there and what you're going to get in this historical moment as we celebrate 4 years of DJ the Money Coach on the internet. So what is going on, DJ? How you doing on this Friday?
Everything is great, Nick. As we always say, man, any day above ground with your absolute health is a blessing. So thank goodness it's Friday, and thank goodness we all have our health. And to our family and friends, we think that they have great health. And to those who are having challenges, we pray that God intercedes on your behalf and increases your health, because health is wealth. So welcome to the P.O.M Lifestyle Virtual Summit Tour. It's going to be the first inaugural tour that's going to happen on April 20th, 2024. And it's our 4th year anniversary. So you're watching, again, Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach and our main man, Nick Westbrooks. And again, with our, protege, who is the president of Zanzibar International. So welcome. Come on in and let's jump right in and get the party started, because we're going to talk to you about money, M-O-N-E-Y. And that's our alibi, money. We're going to talk to you about what things that you can expect in this first summit of its kind. And we're going to talk about, 7 by 7 by 7, or like I would affectionately like to call 7 cubed, 7 to the 3rd power, exponentially. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to, number one, show you 7 different asset classes, 7 different asset classes that we actually own, operate, and manage completely in our portfolio, and have been owning, operating, and managing these assets for over 2 decades. With the recent major legacy accomplishment, which is the Zanzibar Luxury Residential Resort, condominium, luxury townhouses, and also with us in the process of building our flagship resort, which is going to be called the P.O.M Lifestyle Resort, that'll open up in the 3rd quarter of 2025. So we're excited about that. So before we jump in, we're going to turn it over to our main man, Tajir Green, the protege, the president of Zanzibar International, let him give a quick thoughts about what he's got on his mind, and then we're going to jump into the show.
Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing amazing. And as you've probably seen by now, we're doing huge things over here at the DJ the Money Coach 7 Spheres of Money team. And especially as we transition into these next parts of our lives, it's important to be vigilant and attentive and keep your eye on the prize. Hence my background. Everything that we're doing in Zanzibar takes so much attention, strength, and attention to the vision, and really having almost a sense of childlike vision that you can accomplish what others have been deemed impossible. And as we lead up to the P.O.M Lifestyle Virtual Summit, and we get to talk to you guys and showcase our really 20 years of experience at the highest levels across the spectrum of finance, and really give you guys the help that you need for this 2024 and beyond. It's important to keep all of these things in your mind and remind yourself you need something to wake up for every day. You need to be physically fit, you need to be healthy, and if not right now, you need to make an effort to do those things, because life isn't just to be here and just kind of exist and then die. It's about making a moment out of everything and making this time here count. So whether that's you're with us building resorts in Zanzibar, or you're in your corner of the world making your difference in your own way, you have to put your mind to it, put your shoes to the ground, and make it happen. And that's really what has been on my mind this Friday.
All right. Good stuff. So let's jump right in. Let's talk about first the basics of finance. Because right now, if you're going through a financial challenge, which a lot of people are going into, because we are in a recession, if you don't know that, the first thing is to be financially sound from a fundamental standpoint. That's important, because you basically have three phases that you go through when it pertains, to money. First phase is the struggle phase. I like to call that when you are going through college or vocational, endeavor, and you begin to, learn a craft, and you are investing in yourself to figure out what pathway that you're going to pursue career-wise, business-wise, philosophy-wise in your life, and actually coming to know who you are. And if you are in the struggle phase and you are beyond that, learning point in terms of age, perspective, and most people that I'm referring to, I'm generally talking about people who are, between age 18 to like 25 years of age. Those are the normal people that I'm talking about going through a struggle. However, we do have a lot of people that are in their late 20s, early 30s, 40s, early 50s that are going back into the struggle because they fundamentally didn't have the foundation, created and solidified properly. And those who have had it have, gotten in over their skis, maybe overextended themselves. So if you are that person, first thing first, here's what I want to say to you. Don't panic. Okay? Take a step back. If you have your health, you can overcome anything. And I truly mean this. If you have your health, you can overcome anything. So take a deep breath, exhale. The second thing after you take that deep breath and exhale is then get back to the basics. What are the basics? The basics are, number one, learning how to become a consumer debt-free person, first and foremost. What do I mean? If you take inventory of your credit, your finances, and you learn where you are, it's like an awakening for you. And what do I mean by that? So if you don't possess the skills to increase your financial wherewithal, then you have to go pursue those skills. And in this day and age, the skills that you ought to be pursuing are technical skills, digital skills, things pertaining to technology, not just, picking up a book and reading about philosophy or art. You ought to be learning some type of technical skill set. So in the summit, we're actually going to show you what that looks like, what type of skills, what type of services that you ought to endeavor. So in this current market, the biggest opportunities lie in the fintech world, but most importantly lies in the service industry. Service industries like landscaping, cleaning businesses, things of that nature, transportation businesses. When you have a recession, most of the time there are more opportunities on the service side. Cleaning businesses as well, dog walking, things of that nature. And let me share this with you as well. I think this is very important for the person or the people who are, in their mid 40s, early 50s, to understand if you are in the struggle phase of life, which I tell you is three phases. There's struggle, there's success, and there's significance. Okay? So struggle is self-explanatory. If you're young, you're going to go through that as a rite of passage. If you are, middle age, then you have fallen back into that. Again, that's because maybe the foundation wasn't, solidified, or you overextended and outshot your abilities and got into a deep part of the ocean that you just weren't able to, handle the waves and handle the turbulence. And nothing wrong with that. Okay. Because if you're going after your dreams, man, I'm not going to be the last one to tell you don't go after your dreams. So if you're in that struggle phase and you are in some realm where you're in that late 20s, mid 30s, early 40s, maybe even in your 50s, and you find yourself struggling. So the first thing you want to do is take inventory. Okay. Take inventory of your house. If you have a house, if you're renting, if you have a condo, whatever, inventory means sit down, look at all your finances and look them directly in the eye, and do not lie to thyself. So you have to incorporate the 11th commandment, thou shalt not jive thyself. In essence, worst thing one can do on this planet, you may think, is lying to other people or cheating or, misrepresenting to other people, is actually lying and cheating yourself, first and foremost. Okay. And I don't recommend we do any of those, but what I mean is there's a reality check, because on these platforms, I'm going to be honest with you, probably 7 to 8 out of 10 of people that are showing stuff on these platforms do not have what they say they have. They have good ability to market to you, and they have good ability to show you stuff that they don't possess to enable you to spend money with them. So first thing is take personal inventory. Categorize all your expenses. Get a financial analytical report done on yourself. If you can't do it yourself, get it administered by someone that is an expert in that area. That happens to be one of our strengths, because we are in the financial education business and have been since 2002. And we primarily teach 136 principles of financial success to people who are in the income stratosphere from 75,000 to $250,000, and we teach it to young people from age 7 to 17, and we do it at credit unions, YMCAs, churches, Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies. So we've been doing it across the landscape for a while. So the first thing you want to do is take a personal inventory, create a budget, and fill out everything that you're spending money on, even the stuff that's discretionary spending, which is maybe not for you, but you're misappropriating your money, like going out. One thing is prevalent in a recession is people live even more vicariously through entertainment to take away the initial pain and suffering that they feel. So they increase their, specter viewpoints of movies, television, shows, all of that nature. And what I would first do is start to eliminate some of them unnecessary services that you have signed up for via apps or whatever. It could be anything, Netflix, Hulu. You understand? Prime. Ask yourself a question. Do you necessarily need that stuff right now? If it's not making you money or giving you a skill to get better earning income, then I'm going to immediately tell you to cancel it. You can always replug in, but if you don't have the ability to make ends meet and you have all these apps, streaming services, it's like, I call hidden foxes. They little itty bitty, expenditures, but when you add them all up collectively, they turn out to be a lot. Let me give you an example of what I mean by that. So if you have services that give you discounts, if you do direct auto pay, to give you a discount, then that's a benefit. So why I bring that up real quickly, and I'm not going off on a tangent, but my point is this, like with T-Mobile, for instance. So I do auto pay with T-Mobile, but T-Mobile changed their program where they no longer let you do auto pay on your credit card or your business credit card. They want your debit card, and that's a significant, increase in expenses. So it's $5 per phone. So I have 7 phones, and all of a sudden, because it's attached to my business credit card, I now have an increase of $35 a month in expenditures. Now, what should I do there? Well, if I have a real tight situation and that $35 basically is going to hurt me, which is $500 a year, I'm going to attach that to a debit card, to a obscure checking account that only has that amount of money in it, so that they can't get anything else for me to get that $35 back. Now, you may say, man, that's pretty extreme, DJ. But guess what? Extreme situations call for extreme, solutions. And one of the great things you can also do, here's the second thing. If you have utilities in your house, and this is what the quote unquote experts are never going to tell you. If you have utilities in your home, I'm going to highly recommend, in my humble and expert consumer education opinion, I'm an expert in this lane. I'm going to challenge you for 30 days to unplug all of your apparatus and appliances except for your refrigerator and your stove for 30 days when you're not using it. When you use it, plug it back in. Now, you're going to say, man, that's real extreme. Well, guess what? I remember in 2002 when I began doing this, and my inner circle started laughing or trying to clown me. And then they tried it, and they noticed that they decreased their utility bill by 30%. And I always get a little chuckle now, because I've been doing this for 20 something years, when people actually try that and realize it could be as high as 50%. Why did I say that? Because here's what you got to understand. When that plug is literally plugged into the outlet, even though you have the switch turned off, there's still a current going through it. I personally reside in a pretty nice size home, 2,500 square feet, not big, but a nice size one. And the average utility bill in a size home that I live in with children in my area during this time of the year is about $150 to $175 a month. I just got my utility bill, my electricity bill, and it was like $28. My average utility bill over the course of the last 12 months is only $59. Now, you may say, hey, man, that's not possible. I say, yeah, it is very possible, because I know how to turn off my air conditioning unit when I'm not here. People have an automatic, system that keeps it at a certain. Yeah, man, here's one thing. When you have a brand newer home, you can literally turn that shit off and come back in, and it'll kick right back up immediately, because the technology and the insulation in your house will easily recool off in a short period of time. But we have most people in today's world, because they have, very comfortable lifestyles, they leave the stuff on. Albeit you may turn your thermometer at, 75. And I'm saying if you live in a hot environment, I live in a warm environment, 9.5 months out of the year, where maybe the average temperature across, the whole year is about 75, 76 degrees. So when it gets extremely hot in the summer, and our summers get very hot like Vegas from, June to September, it can get up sometimes 100, 102 degrees. If I'm not in the house and I keep that down, I'm saving almost a third in electricity, because if I'm not utilizing it, my hot house, the way I treat it, it drags out, pulls out the energy. But you're saying, well, man, what's the lesson here is that in the summer, I know clients that are paying $500 a month in electricity. And my highest electricity bill at the peak last year was about $125. So if I take that, now you may not be an extremist like me, but you may not be debt free like me either. You may not own all of your assets with your name on it either too. So I take that inventory. I now look at the excessive things that are not making me income or creating income better skill sets so I can get a higher paying gig or higher paying job, and I minimize those and I only utilize what's necessity. Okay? So now after I've done that, I want to first then look at what is my consumable debt. I want to look at my personal credit card debt. And if you haven't looked at your credit card bill recently for the interest rate, I encourage you to. Because here's another thing. When in recession, interest rates are going up. That goes across the board in everything. Homes, auto, credit cards, especially. You have credit cards that interest rates are 29%. How do I know? I have 2 business credit cards. Even though I have an 821 credit score, they still have a 22 to 29% interest rate, and they're not coming down regardless of what my interest is. Now, I have credit cards that have interest free for 12 months, but still the reality is some of them are right now active at 22% interest. How do I know? I was just paying one of my credit card bills, which I do every 30 days, down to zero. And I was thinking for a second, you know what? I'm going to let this carry over and just pay the minimum. But when I looked at the numbers, Nick and Tajir, and the credit card business debt was almost $13,000, and I times that times 22%, it was almost $3,000 in interest. And this is how we get caught up, ladies and gentlemen, because we pay the minimum, and that compounds against you. So think about this. If I never put another dollar on that business credit card, which I just paid off on the 12th, which I think was Monday, and I allowed it to matriculate and compound at almost 3,000 extra on that 13 grand. That's 3,000 every month additional. You see how quickly you can get underneath the rock? And see, most people don't understand that. So I wanted to, float that for a minute. But then when I looked at the numbers, man, I said, there's no way in hell I'm going to give some credit card company almost $3,000 of interest-free money off my back. So you know what I did? I begrudgingly paid the bill to zero. But I also know if I kept paying the minimum or even paid a third of that, I would never get out from underneath that $13,000. Because here's what we know. In the interest world, the average consumer that has a $5,000 balance with a 15 to 18% interest rate that pays the minimum or a little bit above it, it takes them almost 20 years to pay off $5,000. And they would have paid almost 3 to 4 times more in interest. So what should I do right there, DJ? Well, what I should do is I should, number one, try to pay it down. Number two, if I'm in position, I would find myself another comparable credit card that gives me interest free for 6 to 12 to 18 months if I have the appropriate credit. And if I can't pay it down, I would transfer it. Okay? Because you got to play good defense. See, you're going to always see me wearing these championship rings because defense wins championships. And you have to right now, ladies and gentlemen, treat your personal finances like business finances. So I look at my personal consumable credit card debt. If I'm in position to pay it off without losing the stuff that I have that's important that I need, I pay it off immediately. I don't negotiate the price of success. The third thing I do is I check my emergency fund. And most importantly, here's another benefit. As interest rates go up, guess what's going up in your favor? Interest on high yield money market accounts. Right now, great high yield money market accounts are paying anywhere from 4 to 6% interest. So you take that money, and this is how you get smart. You take your bricks and mortar bank and you attach it to an internet online bank, and you keep the minimum in your bricks and mortar to cover your bills and keep the rest in the interest high yield money market account and accumulate that multiple on that side. And let's just say hypothetically, you have $50,000 in your high yield money market account. You're getting 5%. That's $2,500. In essence, that's $225 a month passive income. And guess what? That's going to be consistent for the next couple of years because the interest rates are not coming down anytime sooner. So I do that, and I set it up automatically, ladies and gentlemen, where the money that needs to be in the high yield that is in the bricks and mortar bank account goes back into the bricks and mortar account so that I'm able to pay my bills. And as I get my paychecks come in and I don't have any bills to pay, I automatically have that money transferred back to the internet bank. Now you say, DJ, that's a lot of work. Well, it's not a lot of work if you put it on automatic transfer. And it's not a lot of work if you give yourself a digital reminder to do that. So again, before we start talking about other assets, the first thing I'm going to show you how to make a high return on all your money is to get out of debt. Because see, right now in a recession, cash is king, but the credit makes everything go around if you know how to manage it and utilize it the proper way like banks do. So that's the first thing I'm going to teach you. So, number one, get an assessment. Number two, look at your consumable debt. Number three, check your money market accounts, your emergency fund. So we're going to square up all of your fundamental, foundational financial picture first before we jump into the 7 asset classes. See, because the first thing that you all want to do, and what everybody's teaching you, they jump on these platforms. Yeah, man, go get these digital this, man, go get these 100 acres of that, go get up these condos, go get that. And they never ask you, hey, Nick, Tajir, how you doing fundamentally financially? Do you have 3, 6, 12 months of emergency fund? Are you paying down your debt consistently? Because you know what? They don't care. And you know what? It's none of their business anyway, because that's not the business they're in. However, if I want to do what's really in your best interest, the platinum rule, do unto Tajir the way Tajir wants to be done unto, I need to address his personal financial situation before I can recommend him doing anything in these 7 asset classes. The next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to reassess my insurance policies. These are the basic things that we're going to teach you in the P.O.M P.O.M Lifestyle Virtual Summit. And again, you're saying, DJ, I don't want to hear that. Okay, great. If you don't have that challenge, you don't need to hear it. So guess what you need to do? Treat this like the grocery store. Come into the grocery store and get the stuff off the shelf that you need. So if you already have a solid fundamental personal financial situation, you have your emergency fund. Your debt is nil or under great control. You have your budget under control and you're not overspending, over traveling to try to keep up with the Joneses, then you're good. But I can tell you right now, 80 to 90% of you are not. So now I'm going to show you how to line up all your insurance policies. Home, auto, life, health. Short term, long term. These are very important because guess what? Here's another thing that we most don't know. In these times, you would think that they would give a break on, premiums, they actually sneakily go up on the damn premiums. And you have to fight their asses diligently because they're not your friends. The largest buildings that you will find all around the world are owned by insurance companies and finance companies. Outside of the Elon Musk and the Bill Gates and the Zuckerbergs of the world and the Bezos of the world, the largest buildings that are erected to show, my machoism are insurance companies and financial companies have the biggest buildings everywhere you go. And how do they get that? They get that from you because here's what you have to understand. Your premium is paying forward and they're taking your premium and they're buying assets with it. So right now, I'm going to take inventory of my home, auto, health, short-term, long-term disability insurance policies, and I'm going to look for every tooth and nail discount or better price policy that I can find. And 9 out of 10 people in the financial investment world don't give a damn about you as it pertains to policies. Except for 1/10 of them, they'll say, hey, man, use your insurance policy to put an asset in it. Get your, IUL your whole life because you can borrow against it and put some assets in. That's the only reason why they're going to mention that to you. So when you go to their summits, they're not going to address this stuff because they don't give a rip. But if it is available for you to have some liquidity inside that, policy to buy their product or their service, first thing they'll tell you, hey man, put that in your NIL, put that in your whole life, put that in that variable universal life. But they don't give a rip about you personally from a, solid financial situation. So I'm going to tell you again, real life. I got my auto insurance coming up for renewal. Just got it in the mail. First thing you should be aware of, if you don't want your rates to exponentially go up, even though it shouldn't be a negative against you, you should have the right to change auto life insurance policies every year without there being any blowback on you. But here's how the industries work. If you are checking and trying to change auto and homeowners insurance every year, even though you don't have any claims, they're going to hit you and charge you more just for the fact that you're doing that, even though they shouldn't. So typically what you want to do is 18 to 24 months, get that real significant change and find the equalizer to get same quality product and service for lesser price. So we have a motto here at DJ the Money Coach and the 7 Spheres of System on what do we like as it pertains to acquiring things. Nick, what's that motto, Nick?
We like Neiman Marcus quality for Walmart prices, but we don't like Walmart quality for Walmart prices.
That's right. And what I would say, and Nick would never talk like me, we don't like cheap shit for cheap prices. We like top tier stuff for cheap prices. So what you need to understand is that these companies are not your friends. So again, I have my auto insurance coming up for renewal, just sent in the mail, and I'm thinking, okay, they about to bump me up. 3 vehicles, 821 credit score, no claims, nothing like that. So I'm saying, okay, last year, this time, they bumped the homeowners insurance through the roof. I fought it as best I can and got it down some, but they still were jacking us, right? So I got my auto quote, and you're going to throw up. I got 3 vehicles, 2 of them fully covered, 1 liability. All paid for. 3 vehicles, 2 full coverage, 1 liability, what we call self-insured was motor insured policy, $493 every 6 months. Is that a good deal, guys?
That's a great deal. People are paying more than that on 1 car, but that's that's not even, an actual real car that can do much utility with.
Yeah. So what you need to know is we're going to teach you in the summit. There's a way to buy insurance. It's called cost per thousand. We will teach you that in the summit. I'm not going to break it down like I used to because you need to be in the summit to get that. Cost per thousand. When everything's equal, you buy based on cost per thousand. So my cost per thousand in the auto industry, I know what it is for my credit score, non-claims, non-citations. So I'm able to take. Then I also know stuff that you're paying for that you don't have to pay for. I'll give you an example. We're going to get off this real quick. If you have full health insurance through your business or through your job, there's a coverage that automatically is on your auto insurance called PIP, Personal Insurance Protection. Here's the rub. If you get into an accident and you have to go to the hospital, you cannot use both your auto insurance coverage for that or your health insurance. You can use one or the other, but you're paying for both 9 out of 10 times. So if you just take that out, as long as you got full coverage and health insurance, you don't need PIP. Another thing, if I have a regular fender bender and I am so intent about having a low deductible, let me give you a tip. The average car on the market right now probably going to run you 30 racks. If you run into just a fender bender, nick it, it's going to be $2,500, $3,500 easy. So why do you need to have a $50 deductible? Why do you need to have a $100 deductible? $150 deductible. Here's what you need to understand. The lower the deductible, the higher the premium. The higher the deductible, the lower the premium if everything's equal. So I'm going to immediately make sure I got full health insurance, independent of auto or homeowners. And I'm going to eliminate the PIP. Then I'm going to eliminate having that super low deductible. And last tip, never get the driver's, program where they look at your driving habits. That's one of the biggest ripoffs. Oh, Allstate and all them. Man, if you're a safe driver and we can know you're a safe driver, you can lower your coverage by 20, 30, 40%, which is right. But what they don't tell you, statistically, let you do a roll and stop at a stop sign. They'll jack your rates up 30, 40%, and they won't go backwards.
That happened to a friend of mine, that exact thing. She put it in her car, and she was speeding a little bit one day. Next thing it's in her email, all her rates are going up. She tried to fight with them. It took them forever to get the rate a little bit down, but the moment she sped a little bit up, and they said, there's nothing we can do, is up now.
Exactly. That's the biggest trick in the market. Don't do it. So I'm going to get off of that. So again, check out all your policies if you don't know how to check them out. And here's again, when you're rolling with the professionals, what separates the men from the boys and the women from the girls? We're licensed, baby. Okay? Right here. Home, auto, general lines agent, life, accidental health, home, HMO, property and casualty. My license is active until 12/31/25. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? And how long have I been in this industry? Since 2002. So when you have somebody that wants to tell you about looking at policies and everything, first thing is, show me your license. Show me you're a high-end producer. Don't come up to me talking about infinity banking. Okay? Look at the numbers on infinity banking. So that's another tip. Work with a licensed professional that has a minimum of 10 years of proven expertise in the industry, or if they have less than 10 years, they can show you that they are a high producer at the top of their class with great testimonials and references for people that enjoy their service and putting them in the right product at the right time, not based on the commission that it'll pay them. Okay, so first things first, give ourselves an assessment. Is that correct, Nick? Second thing, check out our debt. The third thing is to attack the credit. The fourth thing now is to look at the insurance policies. You got that, ladies and gentlemen? Now that I've done those, now I want to make sure I am still fully funding my proper fundamental investment vehicles. So without standing, if you're an employee, you better be maxing that Roth IRA. If you have children, you better be maxing that custodial Roth IRA. If you have a small business like we do, you better be contributing to that self-employment pension plan, that individual 401k plan, that deferred comp plan. And then after you've done all those correctly, now we can jump into the ring and talk about those 7 hard assets. Now, you may say, DJ, hey, it's about 41 minutes into your show tonight. Is it going to take that long for you to share that with us in the summit? No, it's not. We're going to cover that stuff in about 15, 20 minutes. But we're going to make sure that stuff is covered. Now that we've done that, we're going to see if you have discretionary income, if you have the proper credit, and we're going to show you how to get into the 7 assets. So the first asset, I'm going to do it in the order which I acquired them, not in the order that they should be done. I'm going to do them in the order that I acquired them, okay? Because I want to teach you from where I've come. Does that make sense? So the first asset class we're going to teach you about are condominiums. Now, here's the deal. Am I saying condominiums is what will get you rich? Absolutely not. Do I think condominiums are a great investment long-term? Probably not. Do I think they're the right time and place for them? Absolutely. So my first acquisition into the real estate world was a condominium, which I still own. And it pays me $1,800 something a month. Cash flowing up the wazoo, baby. So to show you the power of residual income. So let's just say, hypothetically, let's just say I'm clearing $1,000 a month net after my taxes, insurance, expenses, everything, property management. I'm clearing a G a month. That's 12 grand a year. I can tell you I've owned this property at least since 2004. That's 20 years, baby. Nick, what's 20 times 12,000?
Let's pull it up. 20 times 12,000.
That's $240,000.
$240,000. That's a nice little retirement fund, would you say?
That's a great retirement fund.
Yep.
Now, I venture to tell you, I probably clear a little bit more than that, but at least the G. But that's one asset. Have another condominium. Acquired that bad boy for just about 80 racks. Now coming in at about 160, 170 racks and gets us no less than $100 a night. So Nick, what's 100 times 20?
It's 2,000.
Times 12.
24,000.
Times 2.
That's 48,000.
$48,000. So just two condominiums. We got $300,000, and we still own them outright, debt free. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Just a little, and again, if you ain't at the beginner and the struggle part, this conversation ain't for you, but we got you. Just hold your horses. So now we're going to go into the most popular one, which is most traditional American wealth is created, is the single family home. Okay. And right now, as of today, I own at least 5 of these. Okay. So let's say on that one again, out of those 5, I'm clearing a G. And I'll say that I've owned out of those as early as 2006. Yeah, 2006. So that'll be 18 years, right? So
Yep.
that's 12,000 times 18.
That's 216,000.
So that's 216,000 plus 300,000. They go 516,000. So what we'll show you here is what we call the 3 steps to success. And we're going to show you inside the summit how my high school friend and I, Nick, give me the big screen there.
Gotcha.
It's called Got Assets, 3 steps to success. And look how old the pamphlet. What's the date on there, Tajir?
The date on there is 2008.
2008. So what we're going to show you in the 3 steps to success is real simple. We're going to show you how to start a business, buy real estate, and leverage the tax laws. And we're going to show you how we went into the Detroit market in 2006, and we taught people how to buy 1 to 2 properties every year that would make at least $600 a month in passive income. So I'm going to tell you the story. Got in the market 2006. We did a whole bunch of properties. The market, changed in 2008, which everybody know, the Great Recession. I gave back several of my properties to my high school friend, kept 1 or 2. Had a little cash flow challenge around about 2016. Talked to my mentor in Vegas. He said, get back into that market. I get back in. I got 50 racks. I buy 3 homes. Cash. Outright. No debt. Rehab. We're not talking about Taj Mahal, baby. We're talking about properties that are safe for working class people to have a good roof over their head. So those 3 properties, which again, we like to show the fruit on the tree because that's the only thing that matters in this world. So here we go. So what does that say right there? What date?
2020.
2020. That's the last property that I bought. How much did I pay for that bad boy?
$11,581.
That property in 2020 worth $45,850. $10,200 every year. What's that times 3, Nick? So this is 2020. So this is what I did. In 2016, I bought 3 properties in 2016. I bought 1 property a year and stopped in 2020. How many properties does that give me? 3, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. How many is that up?
7.
7. What's 7 times 10,200?
That is
71,400.
Yeah, 71,000.
71,400. Each one of those houses are worth $50,000. $350,000 worth of property. Each month, $850. Y'all see where I'm coming from? So guess what we're going to show you? We're going to show you how to acquire single family houses and have zero debt on them and clear. Now, I'm not clearing 850 after my expense, everything. I'm clearing 500 at least, free and clear. So that's 500 times 7. That's $3,500 a month. Times 12 is how much, Nick? I think that's 50 grand almost, right? 3,500 times, that is 40,000. I'm sorry. 3,500 times 12. Give us the exact number on that. Is that 38,000?
It's for 42,000.
42,000. The properties collectively together worth 350. But guess what I did? I just bought one a year. I started out and grabbed myself 3 when they were real cheap, but I got 1 per year up to 2020. I stopped because I went into another direction. So in 2020, I pivot. I started getting into the duplexes. That's the next asset, ladies and gentlemen. Duplexes, triplexes, quads. Start looking at programs like the VA loans. From the duplexes, I pivoted back into the apartment buildings. So that's the 4th asset. And apartment buildings for us are anything 16 units and higher. And we took those down, not with our own personal money most of the time. From there, what I forgot to tell you, what you should have started out first, but this is the order which I acquired these, was dividend stocks. So I started purchasing dividend stocks strongly around 2016. But that should be your first acquisition into the passive income stream. But this is in the order which I done it, ladies and gentlemen. From there, I went to mobile homes. Have a mentor. His name is Pete. Operates, and manages. Operates, primarily owns. He's not a manager of mobile parks. He actually owns them, but they are self-managed by his group. So don't get that twisted. 12 mobile home parks across the Midwest. From wholesaling, retailing, syndicate, buyer, seller financing. We're going to show you all of that. So that's condos, single family, duplex, apartments, dividends, mobile homes. We just had a meeting today, Grab TV shareholders meeting. We're going to call that startup, deal flow, private placement opportunities. That's number 6. And number 7 is resorts. So those are the 7 hard assets that we're going to show you that we own. We self-manage and we operate in the 7 spheres of money system under our umbrella for ourselves as well as for our existing clients. So now, if you're in the success mode of life, this is where most of you are who are really doing things right. What is success? That's a person or a couple that has achieved 6-figure income, has a retirement plan, has good discretionary income. They may have 40 to a couple of $100,000 in liquidable assets that they can get off and endeavor into these asset classes. And they're trying to get on the pathway to strong wealth in their family legacy. So those people who are successful, we're going to teach them how to, get into the 7 asset classes, because most of them will have a property or 2, maybe have a little business or 2, but they don't have it where they can actually have it on automatic and not work anymore. They don't have, a 7-figure solid net worth with a 6-figure passive income where they don't have to worry about anything. They're in that ballpark, but they still got to put that work in. So we're going to show them how to jump into the second part of the 7 Cube program. That is, how do we finance all of these bad boys? So there's 7 vehicles that will show you how to finance. One of the most popular and easy ones to get understanding of is seller financing. Not easy to get done, but in recessions and when money's tough and you have the ability to learn and be humble, you can always find a motivated seller to do seller financing. Why would they do that, DJ? Well, real simple, Nick and Tajir. Here's what generally happens. Those people are typically older individuals, been around or own the asset for a significant amount of time. What is a significant amount of time? It's generally 7 to 15 years. Why is that important? Because in residential real estate, most of your depreciable tax write-offs have basically leveled out after 7 years. Not all of them, but most of them. Because what most people don't know that are not really financially savvy or, experts is that whatever you depreciate when you sell it, you have to reclassify it or reaccount for it in your profits. If it's a commercial real estate vehicle, they're going to max out at 15 years. So most of all their tax write-offs are gone. So if they sell that property to you on a traditional sale, Nick or Tajir, and they haven't done a 1031 exchange, they're going to have high capital gains. So now they are motivated. So let's look at the scenario. If I were to sell one of the condos right now, and let's say I bought the condo for 100, it's now worth 300. I don't live in it for the 2 to 5 year window to give it to me tax-free, and Tajir wants to buy it, and he's going to give me the 300. I'm immediately, as an individual, I'm looking at a 50% tax consequence. So that 200,000 minus commission and all that stuff, but knowing me, I sold it myself. I'm still looking at, 30% tax on that. So now what I thought was going to be 150,000, it's going to be about 105,000. However, if Nick is solid and can show me he's a high quality person, I do my due diligence on him, I'd rather sell it to him under seller financing, give me a note, give me him a small interest rate, and I could slowly pull that money tax-free back into my coffers and now get it set up over a period of 3 to 5 years on the residential side, on the commercial side, 5 to 7, and give him a balloon payment, and I could basically eliminate that high capital gains. That's when the seller financing is very prevalent right now. Very prevalent in fourplexes, apartments, big single family house acquisitions, but it takes some due diligence. We're going to show you how to do that. We're going to show you how to do the no money down based on your credit. We're going to show you another great vehicle in a recession, the home equity line of credit. Very good vehicle to utilize. I'm going to show you how I took that condo, put a home equity line of credit for 50 racks, parlay that into 7 figures. That's right. I took 50 racks off that condo in 2006, put that 50 racks into the Detroit market, and we collectively bought and managed over 120 properties during that time. And as of today, over 200 properties. And I took 50,000 and became the bank and financed and bought personally over 40 properties with a home equity line of credit. At that time in 2006 was about 9%. But guess what? I kept getting that 50 racks back every month. And how did I get it back? Just by that same document I showed you, the title and the buyer's borrow statement. You would see on that my company's name, the Ransburg International, $10,000 fee just for putting the deal together. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Then I'm going to show you the other vehicle that we use right now today, private investing. Then we're going to show you one that's really popular that we use a lot more of, which Financially Free D is the preeminent expert, is real business credit, where it's underwritten for businesses from $500,000 to $5 million. For low entry people like Financially Free D was talking about earlier on Erica's show. If you got an 800 credit score and it's not making you money, why are you bragging about it? So we're going to show you how to parlay business credit interest-free from 6 to 12, sometimes up to 18 months to get you in the game as easy as 10, 20, $30,000. I think you're a benefactor of business credit, if I'm not mistaken, Tajir. Yes or no?
Correct.
About how much ballpark were Financially Free be able to grab you, and what type of time frame did it take?
It was due ballpark, very high, 5 figures, and 3 months.
There you go. And you had never done that before in your life, correct?
Nope.
And she helped you get your personal credit up to get into that game, correct?
And that was the work, right? Because I say 3 months, that sounds like, but it's the work, right? The work to get the stuff ready to get there in the first place. But yes, indeed, it happened.
And how did that work benefit you on the asset side, which is the reason why they need to come to the summit?
Benefit me on the asset side because now I have business capital that I could deploy in the cash flowing assets that's under the name of my business, and I don't use any of my own personal income or affect my personal credit.
Now, have you acquired any assets? That's the question.
Yes, I have.
What assets have you acquired, if you don't mind sharing with the audience?
Oh, we got land and townhouses and resorts in Zanzibar.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? And if you don't mind sharing with us, how old are you, my friend?
I'm 25 years old.
25 years of age. And how long did the system put you in position where you are today?
Began in February of 2022. And here we are today, March of 2024, completely 180'd and leveled up beyond my wildest dreams in such a quick time. This is still only the beginning.
Exactly. So check that out. So we're going to go business credit. We're going to show you how to do private REITs. We're going to show you how to do mezzanine financing. And then one of the traditional good ones is cash out refis. And then one of the super sophisticated ones is called substitution of collateral. So that's actually 8 ways to actually finance those 7 assets. And then last but not least, the key ingredient to this successful triple chocolate cake is the actual cooks. So what is the cooks? That's your team. And in business, they always say money follows management. So when I was on my shareholders call as a shareholder in this disruptive technology called Grab TV, we were voting board of directors into place, and they all had super high quality backgrounds. A couple of them from YouTube and the executive position, Google, Sony, to name a few. So we didn't have a problem investing in them because they had a proven track record in the multi-billion-dollar industries, respectively. Does that make sense? So what we're going to do, we're going to show you 7 assets in the order which I acquired them. We're going to show you 7, not 7, but 8 ways to finance them. So from condos to resorts to mobile home parks, we're going to show you how to finance those from no money down, seller financing, home equity lines of credit, private investing, yada, yada, yada. And the most important thing is we can show you because we actually use these vehicles. See, that's the difference. And then we're going to give you a team to help you execute them. And as a bonus, inside of the summit on April 20th, 2024, we're actually going to have vehicles that you can actually jump into then on the spot. What do we mean? We'll have some condos. We'll have some units available if you're qualified to get into the vehicle and drive them away. We're going to be able to show you how to finance them so you can drive them away. And then we're going to help you get a team lined up to help you drive them away. You see how that works? So you're going to get the amazing first ever P.O.M Lifestyle Virtual Summit 2024 on our 4th year anniversary. And we're going to conclude today's segment after we come back from this word from us for you. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Family Finance Friday. We're talking about the P.O.M Lifestyle Virtual Only Summit on April 20th, 2024. with DJ the Money Coach. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. You're watching Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach. Today's topic is the P.O.M Lifestyle Virtual Summit on April 20th, 2024. It is to commemorate our 4th year anniversary on the exact day we got on these platforms, which was April 2020. And we could be no more excited than we are in the things that we've helped accomplish, the venues that we've been on, the people that we've worked with. Man, it's been a whirlwind tour. And here's the funny thing, ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting started. We're just scratching the surface on the surface. And the great thing is, having built the foundation deep and steadily, we're now going to start scaling up, is what the protege likes to call it. What's your favorite term that you use in our presentations to the accredited investors?
Put you guys on. Economy of scale. When you get so big that you operate not just like an individual, like an economy, you can command the Neiman Marcus items at the Walmart prices and have all your operations operate at the same time at the highest level when you have put in that groundwork and been able to grow to get that level of market penetration. So that's what we are aiming towards and will succeed, because DJ has done it several times over the last 20 years. So let's do it again.
There you go. So the great thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, is first and foremost, hey, if you're enjoying this content that we're providing for you absolutely free, all we ask you to do is to like, share, and subscribe, and share it with at least 5 other people in your demographic circle. Let's go up. Let's not go down. Okay? Let's go up. Let's not go down. Because we're at a certain stage. We want to help you make it through the recession, building a foundation, showing you access to the assets. And in this economy, the wealthier are getting wealthier and the poor are getting poorer. And that's a cliche, but the reality is, it is the truism. So what we're going to do is round this up, because we don't want to be elongated like last week. We were short in and out, and just give you a recap of what we're going to show you. We're going to teach you about, cost per thousand. That's actually how to properly buy home, auto, and life insurance policies. How can we teach that? Because I've been a fully licensed professional for over 20 years. That's right. And again, what's the 3 questions? Let's put them 3 questions up there. They should ask every person that they engage with as it pertains to them buying something from them being marketed to them. And while he's doing that, see, the proof is in the pudding. See this right here? I like to show stuff that's dated. Why? Because it shows that I am doing the do. That's 7 years ago. Texas High School Sports Coach Association, largest one in the world, over 60,000 members. I was a paid speaker 3 years to teach athletic directors, and high-level coaches in the coaching world about what? Money, finances. They paid for my course. They paid me to speak. A significant honorarium. So the first question that you want to engage with somebody is, DJ, there you go, baby. Do you have equity and ownership in what you are selling or marketing to me? Second question. You want to read that, Tajir? Because it's not what's in it for me. It's what's in it for Nick and Tajir.
How can I get access and execute to achieve my dream?
And what's the most important part about that for you, Tajir?
The most important part about that for me is, again, where do I sign up? Because how do I get it done for me and make my dreams a reality?
Right. And to show you how quickly that happened, we were at the PNC 2023 with Dr. George Fraser, and we came upon what opportunity?
We came on the opportunity of the shareholders meeting that you were at just earlier today, Grab TV.
That's right. Access to execute Tajir's dream, Nick's dream, most importantly, your dream. And then the third and final question is real simple.
Where do I sign up?
Exactly. So that's the best question that you can ask. So why don't we show them this, Nick? How do they get involved? And you're right. The last question. Why am I negotiating the price of success? I'm not. I'm all in, baby. So let's pull up and show them how they can actually register, which you can actually register on the link. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Only 40 seats. Only. That's right. 40 seats. The first 4 people tonight, you get the best enrollment registration opportunity. You're going to get 7 asset classes, 7 ways to finance it, from no money down to seller's finance to home equity lines of credit. Plus, if you're at the upper end of the threshold in the significant realm, 7 figures, 6 figures, and you want to get to 8 figures and 8 figures, net worth, we're going to show you how to use the substitution collateral vehicles. So what you'll see here, if we scroll down, so you're going to get 7 assets, 7 ways to finance, plus a bonus, 7 teammates who are licensed experts that make 6-figure, 7-figure net worths, have been doing it for at least a decade, tried, proven, and proven. You will get our legendary family finance 101 curriculum, 3 hours, 18 modules, encyclopedia. And I always like to say, it's like the grocery store. If you want to do a traditional cash out refi, we'll show you how to do that in those 18 modules. You'll get our legendary book, which everybody always gets. We sell out rapidly. The ABCs of Wealth. A Common Sense Strategy, Achieving the American Dream, which I wrote back in 2008 and actually showed you from a letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G to Z, each actual case study of something I actually did in the world that actually still works today. So if you are that person, you can engage right now. There's a special link. You hit on that, you'll get it for the discounted price for the first 4 people for less than $300. Is it worth it? Only you can tell if you're not negotiating the price of success. And you also get a complimentary consultation face-to-face with me via Zoom. We will do a budget sheet on you. We'll do a survey. You'll get 3 financial questions. They can be any question you have pertaining to you getting to your freedom. If it's getting out of the struggle phase, getting to success, or getting to significant where you can actually walk away like we have and completely own yourself and be financially independent, you put the questions on the paper, you fill out the budget sheet, I will answer them, Tajir will answer them, and we will give you real life solutions and plug you into real life professionals that will help you activate your dream today. So we're excited. don't take our word for it. I think it still is Women's Month, if that's not correct. So let's leave. Show them what the women have to say about our programs. And as always, we want to wish you a P.O.M lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. We want you to come join us on the Beach of the World Club. If it's not Zanzibar, where should it be, Nick?
It should be wherever you find your mental tranquility and peace. That is your beach.
Absolutely. So we wish everybody health and wealth. And thank you for coming out. You've been watching Family Finance Friday with DJ the Money Coach, Nick Westbrooks, and Tajir the Protege, president of Zanzibar International. And you have been educated, indoctrinated on the P.O.M lifestyle, first and only virtual summit coming to you April 2024, our 4th year anniversary. And the only question is, don't meet us there. Why aren't you beating us there? We'll see you on the flip side.
And his team has been amazing. The masterclass that Chase sponsored, that he hosted with his team, gave out so many jewels and gems. I was taking a lot of notes, and I just encourage you that if you want to get to that next level and be a better version of yourself, that you work with DJ and his team.
As an entrepreneur who owns her own shop and services that she provides towards also working in a company outside of my own as another stream of income, DJ not only fortifies me with knowledge as to how to save through the 7 spheres of money, his book ABCs of Wealth. I'm able to utilize those informations to properly navigate how money moves in my financial landscape. I will highly recommend anyone who is looking to become more financially adept, to know more about your financial space when it comes to money. Even if you don't have that much, that's actually when you probably need it the most, because now I know, I'll speak for myself. Now I know what to do when the money starts to roll in, and no longer will I be confused as to what my goals are in the next year, 3 years, in 5 years and beyond, because I know my bottom line. I know what I'm passionate about. I know what drives me. I know what makes me the most money. So do I recommend DJ the Money Coach? Yes, 1000% yes.
I'm so excited to be working with DJ the Money Coach and his team. A few weeks ago, I had my initial consultation and was blown away by the amount of information that I received, including really a comprehensive plan of A to Z, where I'm going from here and in my future. And from that plan and from that very detailed conversation that I had, I knew I was in the right place and that I was going to join DJ and his team. So now that I'm an all-star, I'm really looking forward to getting my financial plan and just really getting a great fresh start for the rest of my career and my business as well. So I just thank you so much, and I just tell anybody, what are you waiting for? Get started now. You won't be disappointed. 100% recommend.
Hey, DJ the Money Coach, I want to thank you for that wonderful consultation. It gave me clarity. I understand, and thank you for taking the time out and wanting to teach and show and give the people something for their money. Thank you so much.
DJ, the Money Coach team, they're very knowledgeable. They know exactly what they're talking about. They can get you from point A to point Z, as long as you follow the plan and do as you're told. So nobody's stopping you, nobody's holding you back but you. So if you want peace of mind and plenty of money, then get with DJ and the Money Coach team.